morning. Welcome back to VT. We're looking at a busy one on our major highways and expressways. Slowly building, but really picking up fast, or rather building fast over on the Don Valley Parkway, where we have construction between Lawrence and Don Mills in both directions. Now, this construction is long-term, and we'll have more details on the maintenance from Tammy. But we're currently looking at heavy delays on the southbound DVP from approaching the 401 in the express, moving towards about Lawrence, and then it picks up for a short while and then slows again from about Eglinton to Don Mills. So quite the slow go. This is just a shot where you can actually see that long-term construction set up. We have the cement barriers blocking lanes on both sides of the highway there. So all in all, it is going to impact your drive. Currently, we're looking at an easygoing drive on the alternates, Don Mills, Victoria Park, Warden. They're all moving well north or southbound. And just taking a quick look over at the Gardner, heading into downtown, that is starting to fill in from Royal York to east of the Humber Bridge, and a slow go just heading towards Dufferin. So it is building, heading eastbound on the Gardner into downtown, and definitely a slow go heading southbound on the Don Valley Parkway. That's a look at your roads.
Tick every box in the Subaru, fully equipped for summer adventures. Visit your local Ontario Subaru dealer for great rates on 2019 models.
All right, and we are live in Woodbridge this morning for a very special event that's coming up on Sunday, and those details are coming up in the show. Really, really great event for sick kids. But what we've been looking at this morning, about an hour ago, maybe 45 minutes ago, we started to see that rain is starting to taper off, and it's off right now. We still have some spotty showers expected as we head into the early part of this afternoon. But as we look back to the west, that, my friends, is where we find that. Those are thunderstorms that are crossing from Wisconsin over towards Lake Michigan right now, and they're heading our way. So Futurecast is going to time it out for you. Again, some spotty showers out there this morning. After lunch, especially after about 1:30, 2:30, we'll be looking at some pockets of heavy downpours, and unfortunately it will last into at least the early part of that drive home. Now, it's going to be very small pockets, but they will be intense with those downpours, and then starting to taper off closer to about 6, 7 p.m. Tomorrow morning, watch for some fog to start off, some low cloud before this. We'll clear it out, although there is going to be a chance of some thunderstorms tomorrow as well. Going to keep it off through the west end. Kitchener, Waterloo, Hamilton, over towards Long Point, St. Thomas and London. Going to be the best areas for those storms tomorrow afternoon. So look at this. 3 days. Climbing temperatures, climbing humidity. We've got, again, a little bit of cloud tomorrow morning before the sun comes out. And then Thursday, again, it's going to be the west end for the best chance for storms. Even the storms today here in Toronto will not be severe. The severe storms will likely be down through southwestern Ontario, but still eyes to the sky as all storms produce lightning. You hear thunder, you see lightning, you get yourself inside into a sturdy building for at least 30 minutes until after that last rumble. All right, that's your latest check. We'll set it back over to Mel now.
Okay, we're going to be talking about it all morning long, and that is the major traffic congestion on the DVP for the next few months as rehab for 4 bridges gets underway. So let's take you back to a live look here, as Steph was showing you. This is the DVP and the Lawrence Bridge, and you can see traffic slow going really in both directions right now. The other 3 locations where the bridges will be doing some work on will be Stanbridge, Winford, and Don Mills. The lane closures and the restrictions, they began last night. They are going to go until October for both the north and southbound lanes. The city deciding to begin this work during the summer when there is less traffic, but of course it's still going to be a major headache for drivers. Now, the construction will be taking place round the clock. They are going to be working on all 4 bridges at the same time to try to lessen that long-term pain. Now, coming up a little bit later on in the show, we're going to be speaking with the city's chief engineer on more about logistics when it comes to this construction. Well, it was another night of gun violence in our city. One man now fighting for his life in hospital after being shot early this morning. Officers called to the scene near Jane and Falstaff just after midnight. They found a victim suffering from gunshot wounds near a playground. He was rushed to hospital with life-threatening injuries, and police say the suspects may have fled in a dark-colored SUV. And in the West End, a sewage backup causing flooding. Over a dozen people forced from their homes, and still there's no timeline this morning on when they can come back. Several buildings evacuated last night around 10 p.m. in the Bloor and Old Mill Road area. Crews were able to find and clear that blockage, but multiple units saw major damage. Most residents allowed back, but 16 people had to go to temporary locations either on their own or through the city's emergency management office and the Red Cross. And we are following international news now. Deadly monsoon rains continuing to batter central and western India today. A wall collapsing today in the financial capital of Mumbai, taking down shanty homes built on a hill. 18 people were killed, and nearby, outside the city, another 9 dying when 2 other walls came down. Some areas getting more than 300 millimeters of rain in the last 24 hours. The severe weather now bringing Mumbai to a standstill, disrupting rail and air traffic. Another paralyzed financial hub, Hong Kong. A tense calm returning today after more mass protests. A lot of debris, large areas still cordoned off. Just hours earlier, demonstrators storming the city's legislature and spray painting chamber walls before riot police used tear gas to clear them. For weeks, they have been demanding that a controversial bill that would allow extradition to China be completely scrapped. Hong Kong's leader and Beijing are calling this latest escalation in protests totally intolerable.